Hello, I'm Bonnery.
I'm Brad Mower,
and this is IFXtra. So, how is everyone? Are there any signs of springtime where you are? We've got daffodils coming up along the edges of the roads in people's gardens. A few snowdrops.
What's the other one?
Crocuses.
Crocuses.
Yeah, I've got those too. The spring flowers are prettiest because they're the first ones to come out. So, what have you been doing this week? I hear you have some exciting news for us.
Yeah, actually got some stuff done. Yeah. It's crazy times. Well, less crazy times. So I've got some stuff done. Anyway, point is, I've been working on some stuff in the background for a little while. And I have implemented something that has been sort of vaguely requested for the last, few years or so. Maybe like a handful of people would maybe request it. So it's been on the list for a while, but recently, the last few months, it's sort of like just jumped. It's the most requested thing, or has been the most requested thing, because now it's done.
It's available.
And then also I've done a completely unrequested thing, which I've wanted to do for ages, and it's been planned for ages, but it needed some behind the scenes work doing, which I had to do for this other thing. So I was like, let's do both things at once, because, YOLO and all this, on the vie qui en foi and all this, yeah. Right, we've got some new game modes that we're testing on the web version of the game at the moment. Assuming everything works, because there's still time for this all to go horribly wrong, but it has been sort of like YOLO'd out a little bit.
You can be testing it for us, though.
Yeah. So we're calling them open beta. Just saying. If it works, we'll roll them into the app as well. So what we've got, something that has been requested a lot recently, is the ability to start a game with a drawing. So that's there now.
Cool.
So basically, rather than putting in a description, you draw something, and then someone describes it, and then someone draws it, and then someone blah.
I
So
guess it ends
you
with a
start
drawing.
and end with a drawing.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're the other way around. You start and end with a drawing. So the games are still square, rectangular. So 15-step game.
Yeah.
It's just they're sort of, in my head, I've been calling it an inverted game because it starts and ends with a drawing rather than a description. However, we have just decided that rather than calling them drawn starter or inverted, I think they're going to be known as art starts.
Art start, yeah.
So it's like an art start game, because, that's cool.
So can anybody start an art start game?
Okay, so the way these ones work, it's a... doing the initial drawing is a supporter feature, so you need to be like a supporter in the game. So one of you with the lovely orange names, you're able to start a game with a drawing. It then goes into the normal queue, and everyone can join in. So it's like a normal game apart from the start bit of it.
Yeah.
There's also
Number two,
another game mode, which internally I've been calling Scotch games for reasons, and no one's worked this out yet. But I feel like when the first game finishes,
you have to be very old.
People of a certain age will be like, oh, right, yeah. It entertains me though. But these are known as recall games, is the official name we've decided on, and the idea of that is they start with a drawing. So, you're like, I want to start a recall game. You draw something, submit it. It goes into a special recall queue, and people can join these games. And instead of alternating description, drawing, as normal, it's all drawings. So what will happen is, in the you join one, and where you normally get the what I sort of think of as like the warm-up phase, where we show you the drawing or description, and you've got like a minute just to have a think if you want to do it or look up a reference or skip it. You're shown the previous drawing, and you look at it for up to a minute if you want, and then when you press you're ready, you have to redraw that from memory without being able to see it.
So it disappears, and then you have to redraw the same thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know, let's say someone draws a picture of a house, and it's like, okay, right, so there's a red house, it's an orange house, it's got a red roof, it's got 3 windows and a blue door. Okay, right, I've got it. And then you start redrawing it, and then you're like, oh, hang on,
Was there a chimney?
Well, but you can't go back. You can't go back and check. You just got to do the best you can from memory. And then at the end of that, we'll have a game that is basically 15 drawings.
All the same.
Gradually sort of getting more and more...
weird.
Yeah.
And far away from the original.
Yeah, I mean, there were various sort of kind of internal sort of names for this, like corruption initially, because or decay, because it's sort of gradually. I'm anticipating they're gradually going to get more and more away. I mean, it's like a normal game of interference, but just with pictures. So that might be fun.
Might be.
These have been available for a couple of days now.
So this one is just for supporters to play, isn't it?
I was going to say these are going a little slower because we've decided to make this a supporter-only thing.
Yeah.
So you need to be a supporter to start one and also join one, because we really appreciate you supporting us, and we want to give you some cool stuff as a reward for that. So these will probably proceed a little slower. I've just checked. I think one's on like 12 or 15 at the minute, so it'll probably pop out today at some point.
Then anyone can look at them, can't they?
Yeah. So everyone will be able to look at them and be like, "Wow, this is awesome! I want to get in on that stuff."
Hopefully.
So yeah, these are both live now on the website. Assuming nothing goes terribly wrong, because we've tested things and all this, but you put stuff into the live environment and then random things happen. So if it all looks good, we'll build it into an upcoming version of the app.
Cool.
They should be viewable in the app. This is a big should. I've tested it, and things seem to work. It's entirely possible that there might be weirdness in the gallery or notifications, especially with these recall games, because normally when you get a notification that someone likes your drawing, we go, "Oh, somebody liked your drawing of whatever the previous description was."
Yeah.
So, there's no previous description. What do we do? So you're going to get slightly vague notifications for the minute until I work out a better way to deal with it. So it'll just be like, "Oh, someone liked one of your items from a recall game." And that's it.
Then you'll know why it's weird.
So, yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, it should be fun. Yeah. Cool. There's also filters in the gallery at the minute which don't return anything because there's nothing there.
Finished yet?
But there are
new filters.
New filters for these art starts and recall games.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So before you go and play them.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before you go off and play them, let's see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to SOS, or SOS, for Perfect Portrait of William Shatner, Captain Kirk. I love Captain Kirk in his younger days. He looks fantastic here. I love that picture. Well done, SOS.
My favourite description this week was, "Honey, don't argue in front of the fortune teller," by Jean Breur. Yeah, the thing is, she's a fortune teller. She's going to know even if they're in another room. And she's got quite a knowing look there anyway, rolling her eyes in disappointment. Nice work, Jean Breur.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Picnic for Fire Trucks Put Out a Building Fire, People Watch. That is such a fantastic drawing, so much detail. I really like that. Well done, Picnic. So last week I said, how do you unwind after work or study or school or whatever? I sometimes go for a walk, or I might just sit on the sofa and get absorbed into a box set on TV, or if it's almost weekend, maybe a glass of wine. Helps you relax. I said, how about you? Callum said, depending on what time I finish work, I put on ITV for the quiz shows. Oh yeah, Tenable, Tipping Point and The Chase. They're the good ones.
That's sensible.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, like we sometimes go to the pub on a Friday night, just like to get dinner rather than cooking.
Yeah. And it's like a treat for working all week.
Yeah, I mean, and we did that yesterday.
We did, yeah.
And for a change, rather than having football on the TVs, they had, was it The Chase?
You got The Chase on, yeah.
And I was saying I would love it if there was like a sports bar, except it's like a quiz bar. And you go in and instead of watching, having all the TVs on sport, it was all different quizzes, and you could sit there and watch quizzes, because that's what I'd be into.
Me too. 9%. Oh no, Vi said singing badly on the drive home helps me concentrate. Yeah, I like singing if I'm in the car because no one can hear me. It's good. And then she said, at home I just watch whatever comes to mind, usually cartoons or popular science videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
9% says, I like to kick off my shoes, change into some comfortable clothes and start cooking.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
And when cooking goes to plan,
Yeah.
I think it's quite therapeutic.
It is, isn't
but
it?
like
Yeah.
if you're sort of against a clock and things, I find it a little bit
somebody's
stressful.
waiting for it, yeah. But if you're just cooking for yourself, it's nice, yeah. Fan of Funny says, I don't really have work, but I do have schoolwork. So you still need to unwind, absolutely. I watch a YouTuber called It's Funny. You could probably tell by my name. I also play Interference and something called Roblox and Minecraft and a few other games.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are really big these days. Yeah.
But, Interference comes first,
obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most important one, obviously. Just saying. I mean, normally I'd make some sort of comment about, when I've been sort of working on developing things all day, I like to relax in the evening by developing other things. I'm trying to be good and have work-life balance, so I'm spending less time in the office in the evening. And
I bet your wrist is liking you for that.
We're watching a bit of TV. We're watching a thing on Netflix, Signal, at the minute, like a Korean police drama. It's like really, really good. We've got one episode left
21.
that we're going to watch tonight. It's going to be cool. And like doing a bit of like gaming downstairs and things. But getting away from here, you might have noticed I've stopped wearing this wrist support. I've got it on when I'm using the keyboard.
Typing, yeah.
But because I had that month off sick basically, and then I've calmed down how much I'm working, and like it doesn't hurt anymore.
Cool.
Moral of the story, kids: don't like wreck your body by sitting in front of a desk like 18 hours a day for 20 years. It's not cool. You should unwind after work and study.
Okay. Right, now we're going to see what's happening next week in the forums.
It's a new month, so here's a new forum game. Come up with 2 alternatives and ask the next player which they prefer. The next player answers and then poses a choice for the next one along. I will start. Cat or dog?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pin thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Okay, cool. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. Normal that, guys, so that's 5 rounds, 5 different topics.
Yeah, if you've not seen this before, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK over on twitch.tv/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the Interference Quiz of the Week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you play along, competing for points and places on the leaderboard against the other players in the audience. Each round's based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. Bunnery here picks her favourite drawings.
I do.
Comes up with topics based on them, and then writes the questions. I just show up and see what happens. I don't know what's going on. But do you want to give us a little tease as to who the featured artists are?
Okay, this week I'm featuring drawings from Crummy Noodle, Sai, Michelle with one L, and Maga Kagua and Johnny.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we know who's done the drawings. We don't know what the drawings are or what the topics are. If you'd like to see what those are, you need to join us live tomorrow. But what happened last week then?
Well, last week, Darth won with 250. That looks like a perfect round, doesn't it? But some of those could have been fastest finger.
Yeah, fastest answer bonuses.
Yeah. And then second was Puzzgal, a newish bee, with 226, and then Dakesh was third with 200. Those are all really good scores over the 200.
Yeah, that was quite nice going. Okay.
Yeah, on Thursdays we have Zeitgeist 20, and 20 questions are one topic, and last week it was all about the odd one out, and Darth won that as well. 179, so it must have been quite difficult. Goose was second with 170, and Blue Jay was third with 163.
Okay, very good. So that's the Thursday quiz where you've got one topic and 20 questions.
Yeah.
All right, what's happening this Thursday then?
This Thursday it's going to be called Where Am I?
Okay.
We have an awesome drawing by Magnus for that.
Right, nice.
Where am I?
Okay, so I guess this is, because we've done things a little bit like this before, it's going to be sort of like you're going to describe a location or the view from somewhere, and then we have to guess what it is.
Or what I'm eating, or
Okay, all right.
All kinds of things.
Yeah, they've gone down pretty well before when we've done those. Okay, awesome.
People call it stealth geography.
Yeah, stealth geography. Yeah. Okay, cool. If you'd like to join us for that, that'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. UK over on twitch.tv/interference.
Okay, that's all the news for now. Just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play on the web at playinterference.com or download the Interference app from your app store. Just search for Interference. You can also get social with us. We're on Twitter at PlayIFX, Facebook at PlayInterference, and patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building new features like these 2 new game modes that we've just put in, running the quiz, paying server bills, and things like that. We really appreciate your support. Patrons get support status in Interference, so you get access to things like replays, the challenge system, the fancier invite system, recall games, starting games with drawings, new stuff. And if you're a quiz player, you get a custom entrance shout out from Ava as well.
That's very cool, aren't they? Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next week.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.